A week dedicated to the 60th anniversary bombing of a Birmingham church begins. We take a look at all the events planned.
Plus, a local commemorative ride held for the victims of the September 11th attacks in New York City.
And airport travel continues to increase in Birmingham. What officials are saying you should do to lower the flow.
Live, local, late breaking. WVTM 13 News at 5 starts now.
Nearly 60 years ago, a bomb tore through Birmingham's 16th Street Baptist Church, killing 4 little girls. Thanks for joining us here at 5. I'm Jarvis Robertson.
And I'm Gladys Bautista. In the spirit of remembrance, restoration, and education, Birmingham and its partners are hosting this year's Forging Justice Commemoration Week. Residents and visitors are joining together on the challenges, lessons, and triumphs of the historic year of 1963. This morning, the commemoration week kicked off with Social Justice Sunday. Pastor of 16th Street Baptist Church, Arthur Price, expressed why September 15th, 1963 remains an important piece of civil rights history.
If it was not for September 15th, 1963, we don't know how long the Civil Rights Act would have been passed, but we know that that day caused people to be angry, and that anger turned into activism, and that activism turned into action, and the action was resulted in the 64 Civil Rights Act being passed.
Price says 16th Street Baptist Church will keep on moving in the spirit of introspection and justice. The civil rights conversation continues just a few blocks from the historic 16th Street Baptist Church. And
WVTM 13's Chip Scarborough joins us live from the historic Ballard House, a site that played a key role in the civil rights movement. Chip.
Yeah, Jarvis and Gladys, this is the Ballard House right behind me on 7th Avenue North, not too far from the historic 16th Street Baptist Church. This is a historical landmark designated so by the Jefferson County Historical Society. This is where foot soldiers met during the civil rights movement. And inside this afternoon, an event titled Legacy Voices of the Movement Community Conversation. Among those featured, esteemed educator, advocate, mathematician, and Birmingham native Dr. Freeman Rabowski. He participated in the Children's March for Equality in May of 1963 and was arrested for doing so. Organizers say what better way to have a conversation about the civil rights movement than right here. The Ballard House now serves as a space dedicated to honoring the heritage, voices, and contributions of Birmingham's African American community leading up to and through the civil rights movement. And back out here live now at the Ballard House, this is one of the few places people of color were able to meet and strategize. It even served as an emergency medical treatment site for foot soldiers. Dr. Edward Ballard himself both lived here and worked here. Live at the Ballard House in the Birmingham Civil Rights District this afternoon, Chip Scarborough, WVTM 13.
Well, the NAACP hosting an etiquette class for young members today. In addition to teaching them a variety of social skills, this event aims to inform young people about Birmingham's civil rights history. President of the Metro Birmingham chapter of the NAACP says it's important for our children to be educated.
60 years ago, things weren't as beautiful as they are now. And it's still not beautiful, but we're trying to make it better. You know, then I say education is the key. Because if you don't learn your history, you would never know how to move forward to your future. So that's one thing we really are inspiring our youth to do that.
Now, today's class is at the 616 restaurant inside the Tutwiler Hotel. The chapter's president says she hopes these kids will be taught what it was that they endured those many decades ago and hopefully inspire their classmates and friends. Well, on a lighter note, we're going to take a live look outside of downtown Birmingham from our Children's of Alabama Skycam. It is 88 degrees outside. It seems like fall is starting to peek in a little bit. We got our chief in the house with us today, Jason Simpson. Jason, I'm excited about these lowering temperatures.
It's getting there. We still made it to 91 today, but the humidity not being as bad. It didn't feel quite as bad.
Not at all. It feels totally different than when the humidity is up. So we're happy about that.
When the dew point is 70, like it was a few weeks ago, this is just miserable. But today it's manageable. Let's call it that way. Here's how things are going to shape up for us tomorrow. Similar to today, humidity in shape for a day of 90s that feels like 90s instead of 100s. There's very little rain in the forecast this week, but by the time we get to the weekend, the weather is looking quite a bit wetter around here. Bessemer's at 89, Tuscaloosa's at 90, Foster's at 90. 90, Vestavia is at 89 degrees, Birmingham down to 88 with a northeast wind, and that drier air has Coleman and Haleyville only in the low 80s right now. There has been one little shower in Blount County, and this is a good one too, right along Treatment Plant Road and County Highway 1, close to the Easley community, just to the west of Allgood off of Highway 75 and southwest of Aniana. Those little downpours like that, not all that common in the days ahead, but I do think rain chances are swinging upward. I'll show you what that looks like in the 7-day forecast and how that's going to help cool us down coming up. Jarvis?
Jason, we have some breaking news here at 5 to tell you all about. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office have confirmed a shooting that happened on Dewey Heights Road. Now, that's in the Pinson area. Authorities say it happened sometime before 3 o'clock this afternoon. No other information has been released yet, but as soon as we get any new details, we'll update you on air inside of our app.
Well, we have a traffic alert for you. Aldott crews will be closing lanes of I-65 North at 8 o'clock tonight. It'll be in Calera between milepost 230 and 235 for paving. All lanes are expected to be reopened at 6 a.m. tomorrow. The overnight closures are expected to go until Friday. And here in Jefferson County, Aldott crews will begin paving lanes on I-20 in just a couple of hours. A moving lane closure is expected at 7 o'clock tonight between the First Avenue North Bridge and Highway 78 in Leeds. Crews will continue work there until 5 a.m. These closures are also expected to go until Friday as well.
A Blount County crash leaves a Centerpoint woman dead and 2 injured. Now, authorities say Zyra Sharp was traveling as a passenger on Old Compton Road in a 2005 Honda Accord before 6:30 yesterday afternoon. Now, it's believed that Sharp was not wearing a seatbelt when the crash happened. She was ejected from the back seat when the car left the road and hit multiple trees. Now, the driver and another passenger were taken to a hospital for their injuries. The crash does remain under investigation.
Well, fans are packing the Birmingham airport today, heading back home after yesterday's big Alabama versus Texas game. Airport officials are encouraging passengers to arrive earlier than normal because of the amount of traffic. They say the lines are longer, partly because of the big game. One Texas fan tells us his flight here was packed with excited football fans.
The airports were crowded. I came straight from Austin, a nonstop flight, a lot of Texas fans, and even a few Bama fans on the flight coming out here. So it was definitely a crowded experience. But once we got here, game day was crazy. Every year we go places, Ohio State to LSU, everywhere. This is probably the biggest pregame, grouping of people that I've seen.
The increase in airport traffic comes during an already busy summer for the airport. This July alone, BHM saw a 14% increase in flyers passing through compared to the year before.
Well, the threat of terrorism is evolving in 22 years after the September 11th attacks. Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco spoke to experts about how things have changed.
Compared to 2 decades ago, I'm told today's threat in some ways is smaller, but more spread out and potentially harder to stop. The attacks on September 11th, 2001, took thousands of lives and triggered the global war on terror. Now, 22 years later, the Biden administration says the threat from Islamic extremist groups like Al-Qaeda has decreased significantly.
We've got to stay focused on the threat, and we are. But there's simply no indication that there's any capability to do that kind of attack again.
But 2 years after the U.S. withdrawal from its 2-decade war in Afghanistan, renewed Taliban rule is giving a range of terrorist groups more freedom to reorganize, according to some experts.
There's a significant danger that without a U.S. presence on the ground in Afghanistan, not only are we hindered from actioning these groups as we did while we were there, but even in collecting intelligence against them.
The Biden administration says troops remain in Iraq and Syria, and new counterterrorism strategies mean they don't need boots on the ground everywhere. Do you believe that the threat of terrorism in the Middle East today is greater than it was 2 years ago?
No, we do not.
However, in recent years, experts say the biggest threat has been coming from inside the United States, from right-wing domestic extremists and anti-government groups.
What you see is a threat landscape that is more diverse, more decentralized, and really, more fractured and potentially deadly than ever.
Experts say the decentralized nature of today's threat is really complicating counterterrorism efforts, potentially making it more difficult to disrupt smaller scale attacks planned by radicalized individuals rather than large organized groups. In Washington, I'm Jackie DeFusco, WVTM 13.
Well, back here at home, a ride to remember. Motorcyclists took to the streets today to honor victims of 9/11. Now, this is the American Legion's 18th annual commemoration. Around 100 riders traveled from Leeds to the post in Fairfield, honoring victims and service members. According to NYC.gov, the year after the attacks, more people enlisted in the military than any other year since. Sonia Wallace with the American Legion says this ride served as a chance to recognize those soldiers.
We honor everybody, all the vets that lived for us, that took care of us, and so we're giving back to them what they done for us to represent the United States of America.
Wallace also reflected on how it's been more than 20 years now since the attacks. She says it was so special seeing all the riders to come out and recognize this somber anniversary. Coming up next on WVTM 13 News at 5, President Biden's trip to Vietnam, how the strong ties to the country could be a buffer against China.
And the search continues for survivors in Morocco after that deadly earthquake. Ahead, the estimated death toll, plus what rescue teams are doing. And as we head to break, here's another live look of the Magic City from the WVTM 13 Skycam. 88 degrees out there, folks. We'll be right back after the break.